we were talking about this WeMo, and I thought I would like you to stick around because I want to show you. This is the Belkin WeMo. This came out about last year, and I ordered it immediately. I still didn't get mine, but I'm glad I got a chance to review it today. So this is a whole new category that we're seeing a lot of stuff in the Nest thermostat, the Hue lights, both of which I've already reviewed. This fits right in with that. The idea is these are switches, power switches, that you control with your iPhone over the internet. Isn't that an interesting idea? So let me show you this is the $100 kit for the WeMo, which includes two WeMo devices. This is a power switch. So you see I've plugged a lamp into the power switch. And this is the motion sensor. You can buy them separately, $40 and $60, or you can buy them, actually $50 and $60, or you can buy them in a kit. And you probably will want the kit because they work together. So I've got the motion sensor set up. Here's the little motion sensor here. And now what's interesting, unlike Nest, actually Nest uses Wi-Fi, but unlike the Hue, this doesn't use Z-Wave or Zigbee or some home automation protocol. It actually uses Wi-Fi. So these are on the Wi-Fi network. You set them up using your iPhone. There's no Android software to date, which is a little bit unfortunate. You have to have an iPhone, or in this case, I used an iPad. You connect your iPad initially, the Wi-Fi, you connect to the WeMo, and you configure it, and then you get back on your regular Wi-Fi. So you can see it sees this is the WeMo switch, and then it also sees, and I named it Motion Boy, my little motion detector. You do want to name these, and you have the opportunity to do this because you can have multiple devices in your house. So, for instance, you might have a motion detector in each room. You might have a switch in every room. And by doing that, or many switches in every room, you can set up programs like, for instance, when somebody walks into a room, the lights come on, or even more useful, and all of these can be done in the rules section here, even more useful, if nobody's been in a room for half an hour, turn off all the lights. If you don't detect motion for a period of time, turn off all the lights. You can also use your iPhone or iPad and go online and turn off devices or on devices remotely. You can do it by schedule, just like any kind of standard timer system. They use as an example, you attach your curling iron to this. If you forget, gee, did I turn off my curling iron or not? You can actually go on your iPhone and turn it off.
This is a constant problem you have, Leo.
Always, to me, I always leave the curling iron on. Actually, you know what's most interesting? This ties into If This Then That. You know what? That's the website where you can write programs. So you can write crazy programs like, if somebody walks in my house and the motion detector goes off, tweet me. Or send me an email. You can make very complex programs, in effect, by using If This Then That. The simple rules on here. I think this is really an interesting idea. When we first set it up, I had to wait a while for the firmware to update. That's kind of gotten to be pretty much the state of the art everywhere now. But it works fine. I've got this lamp set up. Now, of course, there's too much motion here in the studio, and you can't see this lamp anyway because we've got plenty of lights here anyway. But if I were to walk away, I've set up a program called Let Darkness Reign, that if I were to walk away after a minute, this lamp would turn itself off. You can also have another program that turns it on if you walk in the room. Yeah, it's on. You can tell. The problem is, to get it to go off, I'd have to walk away, and I'm not going to do that. I can switch it off directly right from the sensor. Oh, by the way, Motion Boy, you see he says, ooh, I sense motion. So you can actually see what's going on the thing. I could turn off the light just by pressing that button right there. See? Oh, Motion Boy turned it back on. Did you see that? Let me do it again. I'll turn it off. And as soon as I move, Motion Boy turns it back on. So, I mean, that's a very rudimentary demonstration, but the point is, it works.
The other thing is you could put these things out of the way because that motion sensor has a long tail to it, so you could put that plug somewhere else.
Yes, and the motion sensor could be somewhere else in the living room. I love the idea of playing with the programming on this, and what I really like is the day, not too far in the distant future perhaps, when we can have all of this stuff talking to each other. I mean, Nest, Hue, WeMo, they should all be talking if this, then that. We can have rules set up for all of them. And then you can walk in the door and a symphony could play. Who knows? You can have all sorts of things. So the pros and cons, it's a little expensive as a con, of course. It's $100 for the two of them. If you were going to wire a whole house, you could spend many hundreds of dollars after a while. But the pros are, it works as expected. It does have an iPhone app. Con, no Android app. I wish it did. And as far as I can tell, I can't really do this from the website either, but I haven't played with it enough. I can control it, however, from If This Then That, the website, which is fantastic. And that works really well. So all in all, I think this is a definite buy. If you're into home automation, this is the easiest home automation I've seen. It works with Wi-Fi, so you do have to have Wi-Fi in your house, but it works seamlessly and very easily. And, of course, I love the idea of being able to write programs for my switches. I can only imagine what I could be doing. Let me just power off this light here. Turn that off.
I'm going to attach it to your Withings scale.
What?
You can attach it to your Withings scale, or whenever time you get an email, a light could go on.
I like that.
It'd annoy the heck out of you with emails that way.
You could. You could actually have different, and see if I get this to work with the
Switch the colors as you get different
If
mails.
I could get this to work with Hugh, I could say, red emails from Iaz, green emails from my mom.
Yeah, the good ones.
That kind of that kind of thing. I love. This is a category I'm so excited about, and I have to say, these work great, just as expected. I haven't had use for them for months, so it may be that there are some long-term problems. I'll let you know. We'll come back and give you a further review. But so far, a definite buy on the Belkin WeMo, WeMo.